Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So over the past week I have been getting a lot of comments from you all about wanting a liquid contour tutorial, and that is exactly what I'm going to be doing for you all today. So if you would like to take a peek into my liquid contour routine, then just keep watching. Alright, so let's first start off by priming our face with the Nivea for Men Post-Shaving Balm like I usually do. We're just going to work that into the skin all around, and it's going to help open up the pores and get the skin nice and tacky for foundation. Now we are going in with the L'Oreal True Match Lumi foundation, and this is in the shade W5 Sand Beige, and then I'm just getting a normal paintbrush, and I am just going to start blending that into the skin. I just put the foundation on the back of my hand and blend. Now the reason I'm not going in with a matte foundation, I'm actually going in with more of a shimmer type oil based foundation, and that's because this foundation is a little bit more sheer as well, and I like to use this when I am going to do a liquid contour because it really helps with the blending process. So sometimes when the foundation is super matte, it can actually take away from the blending of the liquid contour. So going in with a foundation that just has a little bit more spread to it, I guess you can say, something that's not going to dry super quick, and something that is loomy will really help you to blend. So now I'm just putting that all over the face. I'm not going to put it underneath the eyes, but I will be putting that all over the face for my base. Now I will be going in with my concealer, and this is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles like I usually do. And this is how I like to do for my face shape. My face shape is kind of oval. It's a mix. It's hard to determine my face shape exactly, but these are the points that I like to hit with my concealer. I'm going to bring the concealer up a little bit higher up on my forehead today because I'm going to be using both light and dark for my contour since it is liquid, so that's why I'm just putting a little bit more on than I usually would. Now I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me. It's just a Maybelline Day. This is in the shade 340, and I'm going to put that where I want to create a shadow and where I want to see more definition, not so much definition. It depends on where we're putting it. But this is going to create that shadow, and it's really going to help contour the face. I'm putting that on the nose to help contour and onto the forehead as well. And I'm putting a pretty thick layer of it on there, and then also right there on the temple so we can make sure it looks nice and blended everywhere. Wanted to let you guys take a look at that. Okay, now I'm taking a very damp beauty blender, and I'm just going to start blending that out underneath the eye. I like to start with the light first, but when I get to a dark part where I have put like more of the darker color, I like to just blend it as I go, but I'm mostly starting with the light. So now what I'm doing here, I'm just really pressing that into the skin and kind of, I'll flick it up. See, so I'm going to start flicking that up with my beauty blender, kind of working it in, when I'm really trying to make the two colors blend. So I will be flicking up or down, depending on where I'm at. So right here, I'm kind of flicking it more up because we don't want it to look like we have a discoloration from the face and neck. So I'm trying to really make those colors blend, but it will also help contour where it needs to contour and where it needs to create that shadow. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm just blending that. Now I'm going to flip to the other side of the beauty blender where it has no product, little to no product, and I'm just starting like I did before underneath the eye and really pressing that in, and it's going to pick up any excess product that we don't need for the face. And now I'm going to work the darker color in, and I'm flicking it up towards the cheekbone. So as you can see, it's blending really well. Now I'm just going to start with the light part on top of the nose, and then I will bring it up onto the forehead, and I'm going to start kind of smearing that down towards the middle of the forehead so I can just get it nice and blended, make the two colors mesh together. And then I am going to start with the darker part of the nose, and I'm just kind of pressing that in and flicking it somewhat up towards the middle of the nose, but I really don't want to take away from the middle of the nose being white because I do love a good contour on the nose. So I'm trying to blend, but still leave the color where I want it to be, if that makes sense. And I'm just taking a second look here, and I'm just really making sure that everything is where I like it to be. Now I'm going in with my Kat Von D Shade Light palette because we have to set our face. So I'm going in with that nice vanilla shade with my fluffy brush as usual. And I'm going to start with underneath the eyes because I want to stop them from creasing as soon as possible. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm just really packing that into the eye. And then I'm going to really contour the cheekbone as well. So I'm really focusing on applying a lot of additional product, not like I normally would. But I am doing it this time because I am doing that liquid contour application. So I'm putting that underneath the eye again and bringing it up towards the very top of that cheekbone, and then I kind of work it into the nose and around the outer edges of the nose because as women we tend to get a little bit more redness right around the nose due to our hormones. So if you're seeing that throughout the day, just conceal a little bit more. And so I'm picking up more of that vanilla shade and really putting it on the places that I had highlighted before. And I'm really just kind of matting that out. And then I'm going in with that middle shade of the Kat Von D Shade Light palette, and I'm taking my edged brush. Whatever brush you have that's edged will work. And as you can see, it's a very sharp line, but then I'm going to go up and down like you're seeing me do here. Up and down movements will really help to blend this out. And that's what's really going to make this look work. Now, I didn't set the rest of my face with a powder like I normally would because I really didn't want to blend so much of the concealer with the darker color, so I felt like if I did that, it would actually take away from the liquid contour. So I had to keep the part that we did dark with the darker color. I had to leave it without setting it. So I'm actually setting it with the contour slash bronzer that we're using here. I hope that's not confusing. And I'm really working that in and bringing it down. And then I'm also kind of adding a little bit on the jawline right there because it looked a little too white, and I do want it to be blended. And we are continuing to bronze out and contour and create shadow onto that forehead. I like my contour on my forehead to create more of a shadow than more of a highlight because I find that that's the look that I want to go for my face shape. So that is exactly what I'm doing here, and I'm just bringing that down, and I'm really hitting the temple area as well because it, like I said before, it just brings it all together. Now we're going in with that very light shade, and we're going to put this underneath the jawline. We're not actually putting it and making a line on the jawline. We're putting it underneath where the neck meets chin. That's very important. And then I'm just kind of adding a little bit more of the contour because I wanted to see a little bit more shade. And now I'm picking up my favorite nose contour brush, and this is the Sigma Eye Shading E55 brush. And I'm picking up that very light shade, and I'm working it in between on the very beginning of the nose where the nose meets the eyebrow. That's where the majority of the product is, and then I bring it down with minimal product, and I'm creating a very straight line. That's how I like to do mine. And as you can see there, I tapped off a lot of the product that was on there. I dip it into my shade, and then I do a tap because we don't want to go in with a lot of dark onto the nose. So we do that just to be on the safe side because, like I have said before, you can always add more, but it's very hard to take away, especially with that very light shade. It's really the most intense for contouring, and you would think the opposite. And then I pick up the darkest color there, and I like to put that underneath the nose because I feel like it lifts the nose a little bit more, and then I'm going to start contouring underneath the lip. and I am just going to add the majority of that on the bottom, and then I'm bringing it up. However, I did see that some of that got a little bit out of hand, so I'm picking up a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend that out, and as you can see, it just blends so beautifully. It's magic. I love it. I love this kit. That's why I am just ride or die for this Kat Von D Shade Light palette. And I'm just going to continue to blend the rest of the nose. I'm going to add a little bit of that vanilla shade that we have in the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. And I'm putting that on the top of the nose. And then I'm just going to start making circular motions and blending the nose. So that's what I'm doing here. And that's very important because that's really going to help you to erase those harsh lines. Because even though we are contouring, we want it to all come together seamlessly. Now I am picking up a Ulta blush, and I know that it has basically had its day, but I love this color. It's a nice mauve shade, and it's called Sweet, and the other side is called Adore. And I love mauve on my skin tone because I have a very olive, kind of tan skin tone, so I just feel like it just creates a nice natural blush. And I am picking up, I'm super excited about this product, my Champagne Pop. I just got my new Champagne Pop highlight from Jaclyn Hill. She's basically my role model, and I'm obsessed with her. Enough about her. I'm picking up a blush brush, and I'm just highlighting those cheekbones, and I'm so happy to have this in my life. I've finally purchased it, and I couldn't be happier. So I'm highlighting in the places that we did conceal earlier. And as you can see, whenever you highlight your nose, it really takes away any lines that you may think that you have. And it really just really brings the nose all together. And then I take my finger, and I love to highlight my Cupid's bow with my finger. And now I just kind of wanted to touch up my eyes because I would never go in doing my contour with the underneath of the eye done. But I did this for the tutorial. This is actually the Morphe 35W palette. It's looked over a lot, but it's a great palette, and I'm just kind of smoking that out. If you guys would want to see more about this eye look, then just let me know because this is one of my go-to smoky eyes, especially for green eyes. So if you would want to know a little bit more about it, I would love to share. So this look is basically done, and yeah, if you guys want, please subscribe, please give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye!